So next one, yeah? Another video on the go, having a bit of a walk. I'm going to go home, get some dinner, relax, for a minute, for a couple of minutes. Get a nice cup of tea, coffee, whatever. Have a walk, yeah? I've had a long walk tonight. I've had horrible people to deal with, bad attitude, scum, shit, crap people I have to deal with, as I say. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm going to go home now, walk down here, and you've got the lights on the side, as I say. Let's talk about the truth. Fuck evil, fuck the nastiness in the world, you understand? There's a lot of evil out there, a lot of fucking evil out there, I tell you right now. Absolutely evil. There's a lot of evil in the world and it needs to be shut down ASAP. So I'm going to keep talking about. So look, evil, where does it come from? The idea of good and evil, good and bad. Where does that come from? Right and wrong, morality. Where do you get your views? Right and wrong. They say that is not a true thing. That is not an actual part of this thing, as I always say, with two sides. Two sides to everything. There are two sides to everything, right? Yin and yang, as I say. As Lao Tzu says. That's what the Tao is, right? The Tao of true nature, the way of truth. Lao Tzu always says, so there's two sides to everything. But this thing about good and bad, is that real or not? No, it ain't. It's a human mindset. What you believe to be right or wrong. Okay, it's a human mind state of thought and ideas. Man-made, fabricated in society, you could say, or man's habits. Human beings' habits, mind state, mindset. But the thing is, okay, that there are truths in terms of how nature works. So there is positive and negative. I said there's a natural way of things. So anything that's unnatural is untrue, you could say. So good and bad in that sense. The way a tree, if you get hit or cut or burned, you're going to feel a pain. You get struck, you're going to feel a pain. You know what I'm saying? If you end up getting your leg broke, that's not good, is it? So I'm saying all these things are bad, right? But it's like, because it's telling you how things are supposed to go in the way of nature, grow in a certain way. Right? You might say it's just another part of nature. A rock falls on you, crushes you, you know what I'm saying? A rock falls on you, crushes you, or you're outside in a blizzard and you get frozen to death and you freeze in solid ice, You say, well, that's not natural. It wasn't naturally your time to die. It's because you were standing in the cold, right? But you say it's still nature because the natural elements, see? You just froze in the icy winds. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say? Like elements to how things are of their own per se. So the way a tree grows, the way the light emanates from the sun, okay? Careful on this road. The way the sun emanates the way the light emanates from the sun, you know what I'm saying? It reflects off things, the way water flows. Do you understand? Yeah? The process of, fruits and that growing on trees when they come into being, This stuff is real. I'll cross this road here. This stuff is the actual truth of things, In fact, I'll cross a bit further down. But what I'm trying to say is, T-Shad, Joe. T-Shad leading the way, my brother. Yeah, what's up, bro? T-Shad, my shadow, man. But I'm just saying, right? The point is, okay, nature is the way. Nature's the way. And, nature is the way. And, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm just going to say, what else is there more to say? Just the way of truth is the way of truth. Whenever you step into the realms of non-existence, into the non-true, not true, it's what non-existence is, it doesn't exist, it's not true. When you step into that realm, you step into the realm of destruction, death, by all means, total failure, where nothing can be. It's like impossibility. You're stepping, how can you possibly, think about this word, possible. Think about this word, possibly. How could you possibly step into impossibility, the realm of that? How are you going to fucking do that? You can't even do it, can you? So it's impossible to even do it. So you, by all means, you're trying to make yourself not exist. See? But this is what they're doing by every little bit. Why would you lie to yourself for a second? You can't even do it because you know what it is inside. You know what's real inside you, don't you? Yeah? So how could you, how could you, yeah, live, how could you basically do things that's wrong to yourself? Wrong, unnatural, wrong to yourself. You know what I mean? Harmful. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand that? It's like walking on a bridge, yeah? It's like walking on a bridge, right? So it's like you're walking on a bridge, okay? And you just cut the ropes. Do you know what I mean? And the ropes just break and you go falling down. You know? And you go falling down. Why would you do that? Why would you stand in the fire, you feel you're burning, and you start cooking, barbecuing yourself? You wouldn't have got a feeling, a sensation of pain. Why would you waste your time? Your lifetime breathing on this earth, you could be doing anything with your time. But you go into a job because someone tells you they're going to give you a wage, or you're going to earn a living, see? Otherwise you're not allowed to live. Someone tells you, you're not allowed to live, you must die. Yeah, they tell you that. Some fucker tells you that, and you've got to go in every day to work for 8-9 hours. Can you imagine that? To do whatever they say. Yeah? Whatever they say, hey. Or else you're not allowed to eat, drink, fucking walk anymore, sleep with no shelter, clothes, nothing. And they are above you. How the fuck does that work? Yeah? As if money's a real thing. Look at prices on apples, prices on a bottle of water. What a joke. It's all made up. You're just on the planet Earth. We're here in this galaxy, in the Milky Way galaxy. Do you understand? My talk's not going to help, but I hope it would. There are people out there, okay, that somehow people follow. You appoint as your leader, like, the presidents. People appoint them and they accept this person's in charge. The police and the army guard them and whatever, and what he says goes. He signs a piece of paper, which doesn't even exist. The sheet of paper comes from a tree, the pen's made up, and they make this thing called writing and signatures, which don't fucking exist really. Different countries have different kinds of writing. It's just symbolic expression of the mind, which we call language and understanding, which is our only perception in our minds, that with a human body of limited, 5 senses, and that's what we've got, And you just literally, as I say, you appoint them as your leader. Do you know what I mean? That's what you do. That's what a lot of people do. This is what the big mistake is. Absolute failure is most people do that. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand that? And it's half of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people do. They appoint people as the leader. This one is our leader. You fuck, and you're going to listen, follow the motherfucker. So this person's our leader. This person's the boss. And it's but this person's our leader. We're going to allow this guy to decide when I fucking live or die, have food or not. You appoint the kings, you appoint the rulers. You know what I'm saying? Who's talking in the room? Who's the mayor, the patriarch, whatever the fuck? I don't give a fuck what they call it. Are you following someone like that? Someone in charge, right? But what about any old fucker? Someone talking that you just don't respect? You don't listen to. What about me talking to you now in this video? I'm not asking you to follow me, but my words could be just as powerful. People could wake up tomorrow in the whole world not to follow me, but follow pure nature and pure, real deal truth. You could wake up. Every fucker on the planet tomorrow could wake up and start being real and say, look, we're not pieces of, we're not trash, we're not machines, we're not fucking mops to be used by people and buckets of shit. We're human beings. Yeah? And I'm going to start respecting myself. And I'm going to start treating people like they deserve to be living. Because then it will be a bit better world, because I won't be by myself under someone's boot, because everybody will feel better. And everybody will treat everybody well and fair, you know? You might not be able to give a lot. You might not have much to give people, but you won't have much to take. You know, won't be jealousy either, and people will probably be a bit more generous to each other in that way. And they help each other, they'll learn from each other, and probably gain more strength from each other. You know, they'll support the strengthening. They'll support the strengthening of each other. They'll make each other, you know what I mean? They'll support each other, and in that way, people will be able to make themselves. They'll give themselves more power in the mind and body. Hold on, there's a dog here. But they give themselves more power, you know, to breathe, to sleep, to walk, to do anything, to exercise, to cook, to read a book, hold a book if you've got no power in your hands, to hold it, or your eyes, you know, to carry things, to fix things or rearrange things, you know, to create, you know, and to study. So they'll basically have the power to walk into the bathroom and look in the mirror, you know what I mean? To turn the light on, and clean the mirror first as well. And clean their face, clean the inside, you know? When you can do that, see, when you can do that for yourself and give everybody that same support, in that way, you'll be able to just make it a better world, because everybody more sane in the head more and stronger in the body too. Hold on one second. Shit. So basically, as I say, the point is, okay, so that's basically it. You make people stronger in themselves, in the mind and the body. So in this way, you feel stronger, everybody feels stronger, not to fight with each other, but they feel stronger when they're alone, and they also feel stronger in support, because they know they've got support all around. Real deal, and then whatever there be, all their endeavours and whatever they're working with will be more in a more natural way, see? More positive way, more natural way. Stopping this one here, yeah?